Hello everyone, my name is Carolina and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something really specific what happened to me, and the reason why I want to share that because a lot of people are struggling and they're saying that they are not able or they don't see what they're manifesting, and they're actually struggling and they're thinking they need to manifest something, bring something from somewhere, and they're not sure if they're actually manifesting or not. And by today's example, I wanna tell you how powerful manifestors we all are. And today I one more time got such a big confirmation of the power of my mind that I'm just blown away. So whenever I'm not in integrity with my real and true intention, life is showing me what I really need to know so I can learn how to become it. So I had a couple of situations, and especially now, where, for example, I had a new person in my life, and I knew that that person was not something, or it was not so the way how we saw the life was not complementary. But at the same way, I believe that we didn't had any sense of deeper feelings for each other. And me, as my previous version, I would just give a couple of chances to any situation, at least one more. You know, when you say to yourself, okay, maybe like the first time when you meet someone, you just don't feel, or maybe you just don't know someone so deeply, so you can actually give another chance. And then when you do that, actually universe arrange everything so you can be sure that something is not for you. So in that case, I don't need to make any decision, but actually other side is already made a decision. Or actually everything around you is arranged in a way that you are now learning a lesson. And in the last couple of days, I was more than ever asking myself, who am I? This is why I'm telling you that identity work never ever stops. And I want to invite you and I want to encourage you that that you are asking yourself that question all the time. What's the next version of me looks like? What do you want to achieve? What do you actually want? If you can be a type of person who is completely open to life and who is allowing everything, that's even greater and better version. But if you need a little bit of boost, if you need a little bit of help, I would ask myself, what's the next version of me looks like? So that was the exact question that I was asking myself. What is my next version? And now I started to be even more in a feeling of becoming. But at that point, we have to realize something really important that it's happening. When it's a time that you transition from a becoming to being. And what is the main difference? Because let me tell you something, becoming something is a process. Is that process until you're not being. But in the same time, you will see from a lot of people who are teaching you, and I'm teaching that also. How can you be? How can you being that person that you intend to become before you can see manifested everything in your 3D reality? But also, what's the real embodiment and what's the real identity behind beingness? So for example, how it's for me looks like is I started to asking myself so frequently, what would that version of me look like? What would I do? With what kind of people I would hang out? Is there anything that stops me, or I am completely open? So I would asking myself those kind of questions. And what I realized, and now I'm realizing, and now I'm knowing that I'm in that in-between space, that gray zone, I realized that until you're asking yourself questions, what this type of version is doing, like what is that, what it is like this, like that, you are in a state of becoming. You are in a state of becoming. Because if you would be in a state of being, you would do everything instantly. You would not think about it. You would just do it. And also now when I talk about it, when you are in a state of being, you move yourself from that state. You are in a flow. You're so malleable. You are so easy adaptable. You are so certain. You can't wait to wake up in the morning and to experience what this new day is bringing to you. You can't wait to live one more day of your life. You are exact that person. Until you're fighting in between these two identities, and we can also compare it with the acting. When actors are preparing for a new role, their embodiment of a new identity. And every time and again and again and again, we are doing that. We are acting in this movie and we are preparing ourselves. And what I want to tell you is that being in that gray zone, when you are just kinda, okay, now you're like 100% in a feeling and you are so proud of yourself, like how are you doing things, how are you acting, reacting, what kind of thoughts you're having, like everything is aligned. And then maybe something happened and teaches you a lesson, teaches you, okay, in this part you were not true to yourself. And this is what happened to me today. So for example, this morning I knew and I realized, well, this person is an amazing person, but Carolina, be real with yourself. You know that you don't feel that it's supposed to be behind everything, that unconditional love. And I shut down that feeling that I got inside of myself. And I said, no. Let me give that one more chance. And that one more chance was actually feeding my all identity. And I couldn't in that particular situation cut that bond. I couldn't cut that timeline which was connecting me with that past version of Karolina. I had continuous linear timeline, and I didn't allow myself full being, because I reacted from an old identity. But also, what is so encouraging and beautiful, I started to laughing because one more time I got knowledge, certainty, deep certainty without any doubt, without zero doubt, that every identity that you decide to embody, you will get it like this on the outside. Your life will start to change rapidly. You have to trust me on this one, because sometimes even I don't trust myself, and I am getting confirmations which are crazy. It's rather crazy because it's a miracle how fast everything is happening for me. I want you to look closer into your life and see what kind of roles you're playing. Take pen and paper and just let your thoughts out. Let them lead the way. Read after that everything that you wrote and see that repetition. See, split that paper and write on one side your story, write which is current story. Why is that so important? Because I want to teach you how to be the other part, how to leave the other part. I promise you guys, this exact morning I said to myself, be true to yourself. Because that's the honesty, that's what's happening, this is why you should be true. And I got a test. God tested me today. God tested my identity. And I failed the test. And you know what happened after that? I had tears in my eyes. Tears from once again being supported by God, being supported by universe one more time, and showing me so clearly, you failed the test. And now you have to correct yourself and leave be identity without thinking. And one more time, God showed me today that if I am willing to, it's not to trust, guys, because it's not, like a blind trust. A lot of people are talking about the trust, you should trust, but it's just like, it seems like so vague, like trusting, and I don't know what I'm trusting. No, that's certainty. that knowledge one more time, that brain, left brain, however you want to call it, Carolina got one more confirmation from knowledge that she has in God, knowledge in science, knowledge in force and universe. And one more time, I got confirmation. If you're willing to trust and embody who you are, not by thinking of being and doubting and crushing in between and being in that space in between, floating around. But if you're ready to unapologetically, without thinking, protecting yourself, just being from a pure bliss, forgetting, even forgetting what being means, accept that being is I am here. If you're willing to trust, Carolina, to that force, to that God, to that guide who is always a step ahead of you, your blessings will never stop. And I want to teach you today that we are all human. And I want to tell you that I failed the test today. But with the tears in my eyes and with the deep knowledge and understanding and guidance and empowerment and knowingness that I am master manifester. I am master manifester. Today I'm one more time reminded, who am I? And I want you to never forget who you really are. If you're resonating with this message, I'm inviting you to ignite that fire that you have inside of you, to remember who you are, to invest in yourself, to wake up, and to look deep inside of yourself and to say, I am. I really want to thank you, and I'm so grateful for all the lessons that I'm having. I'm so grateful that I'm able to teach and to share all these lessons, and I would be so grateful if you wanna embrace that, if you wanna learn from that. I'm inviting you to connect and to share, and so we can shine this light together. Thank you so much for this, for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.